Good afternoon, colleagues. I'd like to begin, as usual, just with a little reminder of the social distancing measures that are in place throughout the campus, and just be careful when leaving the chamber in particular. Our first item of business today is Time for Reflection, and our Time for Reflection leader is the Pastor Peter Anderson from Destiny Church in Edinburgh. Pastor Anderson.
Presiding officer and members of the Scottish Parliament, for me it is a privilege to speak to you this afternoon. 22 years ago, while working as an architect in the city, my wife and I started a church in our living room. Years on, Destiny Church is now a large, vibrant, diverse church that meets in 4 locations around Edinburgh. At last counts, we were 37 nationalities represented in the congregation. Black, Asian, minority ethnic communities add so much in so many ways to Scottish society. But in particular, I love that they value honouring others. African and Asian cultures consider it normal to honour parents, the elderly, teachers and leaders. In contrast, in Scotland, we're often faced with a negative culture of dishonour. People think nothing of verbally tearing strips of public figures. It seems like a badge of honour for some journalists to try and catch leaders out, casting doubt over their character. And many of you on social media will know all too well the impact an aggressive comment or reply can have. It really cuts deep. It seems to me that we need some of that culture of honour that our Black and Asian friends embody so well. We all believe it's right to show value and honour. But what is that conviction based on? For me, honour is more than a nice ideal. It is a theological conviction. In the Bible, we read that God created humans in his own image, and therefore all people have intrinsic value and worth. Foundational to Martin Luther King Jr.'s pursuit of justice in his generation was that same conviction. He said that every person, from the treble white to the bass black, is significant in God's keyboard, precisely because every person is made in the image of God. 2,000 years ago, God demonstrated in the most remarkable way the value he places on us. Jesus' life, sacrificial death, and resurrection is the infinite worth he places on human beings like you and I. Both the story of creation and the story of redemption tells us that we're honoured and valued. It gives us a basis for how we can interact, and with honour, even towards those we sometimes disagree with. While I'm sure that there are days, in these days especially, where the loudest voice in your head is the voice of the critic, I want to assure you that there are many who value your courageous leadership in these hard times. And let me personally say a heartfelt thank you for your leadership and passion in the service of people in this great nation.
Pastor Anderson, thank you very much indeed.